name's Noah.
And I'm Leia.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about, can females and males be friends?
Okay, so the reason this topic came up is because I'm going for 2 weeks to Japan with my best male friend, platonically. I definitely think that men and women can be friends, but I know that that's like a very controversial topic, especially when it comes to like when you're dating.
Yeah.
And he's like my brother, like legitimately we're like family to each other. So with him specifically, like, ugh, ew, you know?
Oh, don't say that.
No,
say that.
I'm saying like, yeah, but he would say the same thing about me, you know? Like, as in ew, because it's like, that would be incestuous.
I was saying like there's this male, I wouldn't say he's a friend, he's an acquaintance, but you know, he's like a friend. Anyway, like whenever I'm around him, I really make sure I never touch him or brush against him or anything like that. Like I'm super careful. I just think like if he brushed up against me, then it would be a hand, then it would be here, then it would be on my thigh, then it would be on my bum. So I just make no contact with him. But I'm really careful with guys not to make physical contact.
Yeah. Because I was saying, like, I can be a bit touchy or like, but I'm like that in general. Like, if Noah's being funny or if we're just talking, like, I'd be like, like, whatever, you know?
I will not do that with a guy.
But with my guy friends, I can be like that. And I think, I will say, a lot of people think it's a bit odd, you know? Because, like, I've had, like, certain, like, girlfriends be like, oh, I could never act that way with, like, guy friends, you know? Like, but for me, I'm like, I see, like, this is the way I view it. I see you as a human. I don't see you as male or female. You're my best friend, regardless of your gender, and I'm not gonna act differently with you because you're a guy, you know?
If you're in a relationship, would you act differently?
If I'm in a relationship, I would act differently, but out of respect to the other person, not because I feel like there's something going on here, but if my partner finds that bizarre, like I totally understand, because I'm like, you're my partner, and like this is a different sex at the end of the day, and I do understand that, like, I don't want to cross anyone's boundaries. Same as if my best friend, if they had a partner, I wouldn't, but it's not like I'm touching them sexually. I'm just saying, like, if I lay my head on their shoulder, you know, like that's not that deep to me. That doesn't have to be like, I don't see that as like a touchy or like sexualized thing, you know?
You know, before this relationship I just came out of, before I would think like that, but I feel like, because I was in a relationship for such a long time and I felt like if I was ever touchy or friendly, because I used to be like that, but now I'm just like, oh no, like it just never goes well.
But my guy friends genuinely, like I was saying that, like, they've had plenty of opportunities to try to make a move on me. We've been drunk before, even in Amsterdam when I was living there, they would sleep over, not in my bed per se, but like there were just a million times where they could have done something and they never did. So like I don't think our friendship is, you know, like that, you know? And to this point, I think that men who say they can't be friends with women or vice versa, it's because, or no, let me rephrase it. I think that men who say they can't be friends with women, it's because they sexualize them too much. Or if they don't think that male-female friendships can exist, it's because they only see women as sexualized objects first before they see them as human first. Because if they just saw them as a person and got to know them as a person, and then like the sexual stuff comes in, you know, then that's different, you know, but they just automatically see them as some person they could potentially hook up with, especially if they're attracted to them, you know? And that to me is dangerous. I could also never date a guy who thinks that male-female friendships can't exist, because then and that's the Brazilian guy. He thinks that, like, you know, every man that I'm friends with wants to fuck me.
I don't know, I'm torn.
Do you think that every guy that I'm friends with wants to have sex with me? I can't deny it. Like, I think that some of them are attracted to me for sure. But that doesn't mean they would, like, you can have common sense and will to like be like, I'm attracted to this person, but I cherish our friendship, and like I don't think we would do well in a relationship, so I don't want to pursue this. You know what I mean? Like, we're adults here. Like, I can be like, that person's hot, but I don't want to sleep with them. I don't want to be in a relationship with them.
Yeah, like, will you act on it? Will they act on it? Probably not. Could it happen? Yeah. it is funny, like, because then guys can have loads of female friends when you're in a relationship, but when you have male friends, it's just a whole bloody palaver.
Really? I've never experienced that.
Oh, okay.
Luckily. I haven't dated many jealous guys, and a lot of the times...
I don't think it's jealousy.
But so then why do you think that, like, if anything, I find it the opposite. Like, it would be really hard. I don't know. For me, it's a question of, like, getting to know each other. Like, usually if I'm in a relationship, I will make sure that my male best friends really get to know my partner to the point where they go do their own thing together, so that I feel like they forge a sense of trust and a sense of, like, they're friends as well, so that we can all be friends together, you know? They don't need to be best friends. But.
Sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes people don't get on. But also, like, I don't really like when my guy has lots of female friends. It really, like, boils my blood.
Right.
So I'm
why? Because do you think that he could be potentially attracted to them?
I'm just insecure in that sense, I think. Like, I don't like it. And especially if they're beautiful. That just pisses me off.
But what if, like, you get along with her really well? Then do you think you could accept it?
I'm not going to get on well with her.
Okay, what if he has just, like, one, like, female best friend? Not a bunch, but just, like, one that's, like, his sister. Yeah,
so I don't believe it. I don't buy it. It's not your best friend.
So you think they're just failed lovers? Like, that they just, like, never...
Yeah, exactly that.
Do you think that me and the friend that I'm going to Japan with are failed lovers?
I don't know. I zoomed into his face and he does look sweet. And I have to meet him. I don't know.
What does that say about us? Like, as in...
Wait,
like,
do you like him?
No, what I'm trying to say is that you said that if your partner had a girl best friend, that they're like most likely failed lovers, like that they just never got to that point of being together, right? But I'm like, do you think that's the case with me and my best friend?
I don't know, because
if that's like an automatic rule, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Like, I feel it in my tummy. I don't like it. I don't know what it is.
I think it depends on their, like, okay, I'll say one thing. I think that the world...
Oh my god, and when my guy likes their pictures, oh my god, I just want to throw my phone out, like, I can't bear it.
Okay, but I will say one thing, like, I have a really good sense of intuition, and there are some girlfriends who just don't have like, good intentions for the relationship, you know? If that best girlfriend, like, if my guy's best girlfriend doesn't have it, like, good intentions for our relationship, that's it. Like, I can't handle that, you know? Like, there's always gonna be one girl that I'm like, you like my man a little too much, you know what I mean? But I do believe that my boyfriend could have girlfriends, but I would like to feel included, you know? I would like to feel like we can be friends.
I don't know if I want to be included in my ex relationship. Just keep it separate.
Like, you have your friends, I have mine.
Obviously that doesn't sound good.
No. I think some people do that and it's really healthy for their relationships, because also, like, a lot of people have seen how messy it gets, like, when you get out of relationships.
Yeah.
So, okay, I have another thought about this whole, like, male-female friendship thing. I think that men don't really know what it's like to have intimacy without sex, and that male-female relationships teaches them.
Not all men.
No, but I think, like, in general, it's quite hard, and that, like, male-female relationships teaches them what it's like to have intimacy, to have trust, to have, like, these moments of vulnerability with another woman, and to be able to count on someone else without it having to come from your partner, you know? Because I think
Wait, say that again.
Okay, so, like, it's really hard for men sometimes to feel like they can talk and be vulnerable and whatever, you know? And when they have that with a woman, they immediately take that as, like, love or sex or whatever, because, like, it's really hard to find that intimacy in relationships in general. Usually their partner or the person they're hooking up with is the only source of that sort of intimacy. Whereas with us, like, we can have these conversations, we can have it with a bunch of girlfriends. Like, it's harder for them to have this sense of trust and opening up, you know? And when they do open up, they confuse that with, like, feelings and love or sex or, like, attraction, you know what I mean?
That's so interesting you say that.
Because I genuinely think if you were to have more, if men were to have more female friends and also be able to open up with their guy friends even more, I know that there are a lot of guys who are able to, like, that then there would be a healthier dynamic with how men are with women, because they kind of just understand that not everything has to be sexualized, not everything has to be like taken to, you know, like we could just in general level out the playing field to it being a bit more like neutral.
That's really interesting you say that. I had this guy say, if a girl doesn't like you, you shouldn't, and you like her, you shouldn't try and be her friend still. You should just remove her from the situation.
But I feel like most male-female friendships are just like a failed pursuit. Like the guy tried, the girl was like no, but
yeah, but if you still like her,
yeah,
and she's just like, no, we're friends. Remove yourself from the situation.
But that's just like, that to me sounds very obvious. No, like why would you like continue to torture yourself like that?
That's true.
You know.
Yeah.
Then that's not friendship. That's just something else.
But it's not fair, because I feel that happens to me a lot, and it's like, I never liked you. I never liked you.
But that's what I'm saying. They confuse the intimacy of the friendship for like more, when like if they were taught to have better dynamics of like male-female friendships, it wouldn't be like, they wouldn't confuse that for you liking them.
The amount of guys like when they realize I really don't like them, they will like just not talk to me.
Yes.
Are really rude to me when they see me out, unfollow me, block me.
I've had so many guys, the minute they knew that I wouldn't want to have sex with them, never spoke to me again. Especially like in the creative industry, like there are so many men that I really admire, like that I like love their work or their brain or whatever, and I would like love to actually get to know each other better and to understand their process better, and they only see me as someone that they could possibly have sex with. And the minute that's not gonna happen, then they have no interest in continuing the conversation, even though I also have a beautiful brain and we're both creatives and we could maybe have a beautiful conversation. They don't give a shit.
They don't care.
That makes me tense. I feel like I need a massage after this conversation.
I don't, but then I'm like, why am I trying to be your friend?
But see, like, I really differently, because I think, I don't know, I think this sounds so wishy-washy, but I really do see people as humans first, you know, before anything else. Connection is like here, heart to heart, or brain to brain, not like, it's inwards, not outwards.
No, I agree.
And maybe that's why I struggle with dating, honestly. I don't
know. I'm always really careful. Like, I'm really careful to never end up in a room on my own with a guy unless I want to sleep with them.
Really?
Yeah.
But what about...
What?
Well, can I say the name so that you know who I'm talking about, but then you won't?
No, whisper it. Okay. Yeah, I'm not in a room on my own with him.
Really?
No. Why? Has he said I have?
No, of course. But I just feel like you guys are genuinely friends.
Yeah, we are. But
exactly.
If I'm
and you know that
babe, if I'm like,
okay, I
like you, I want to do something.
No, but
he'll do it.
Yeah, of course. I'm not saying that if I didn't say that to most of my guy friends, like I'm sure some of them would be like, especially if you're drunk, if it's a night out, they're like, fuck it, I'm horny, like. Great, you know?
Yeah.
I'm saying if you guys were just to like have a dinner, but like it's just friendship. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like you don't think you guys like? I'm saying if you weren't to say, hey, I really like you, I want something to happen. If you were to act like reserved and you know your hands are to yourself or whatever, you don't think you guys could just like hang out one-on-one?
In a room, late night, drunk?
I mean, I didn't say drunk, but like just like no one around. Like you're sitting on a bench at a park. And
yeah,
you're just
that's fine. That's during the day. We're
no,
not gonna
even
have
at
sex
night. Even at night.
In a pensioner park and we're drunk.
Who said anything about being drunk? Like you could be sober and it'd be the case.
Yeah, that's fine at night, but in a room with a bed.
No, I'm not saying inside an apartment. You just said in the same room. So like I assumed any room or like any place where you're just alone with no people around.
It's fine, but why put myself in that situation? Like,
because
what if that, and then I'm like, and then it's awkward. And
but you really think that's still a possibility?
I don't know, but I don't want to go there. I don't want to know.
Right. I guess like I don't know. Maybe I'm too fucking naive. Because in my head I'm like, well, like clearly, like this has already been established. Nothing's gonna happen. So like,
actually, do you know what? I don't want to sound like on top of myself. I think, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. Like,
Well, like, to be clear, I wouldn't either. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's some people who, like, have shown through their friendships with other women that they're capable of just being friends with those women. You know what I mean? Like, most of my guy friends, they have a lot of other girl best friends as well.
yeah.
Like, they're just surrounded. But I will say, okay, I have a big opinion on this. In Europe, things are very different than they are here. Like, here, I think, you know how we were even just talking about how, like, everything feels a bit segregated lately, like your opinions, like everything, you know? I find that, like, here, through culture or whatever, like through sexualization of women or all these things, like men and women just have this separation that just doesn't exist as much in Europe, because all my guy friends and girlfriends, like, we're all just like one big group. Like, it's like, or like, I'm not saying we were a group of friends, but I'm saying a lot of them just have these big groups of friends where they all mix together. Like, most of my guy friends have a bunch of girlfriends, or like it's totally normal culturally over there to just be like,
they slept with each other.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, it'll be like 5 p.m. on a Tuesday, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna cook dinner, do you want to come over? And I'll cook them dinner, and we'll just hang out, and then they'll leave. And like, that's just very normal.
Maybe here is more sexualized.
Exactly, because even my ex, he was like, I don't get that. Like, I don't understand how that was possible for you there. They must have wanted something to happen. And I'm like, no. It's just homies hanging out with other homies. Because it's like, we're all in our mid-20s, early 30s, no family in the same country. Like, it can get lonely maybe on a winter night, and you're just like, hey, I'm gonna cook dinner. I don't want to go out to a restaurant. I don't want to spend $100. I'm just gonna cook, come by, and like, let's have a wholesome time, and then you leave, and it doesn't have to mean anything.
Yeah.
But it is different over there than here, I think. It's almost like it feels like college again. Like, you know, there's a sense of community, a sense of like fluid, like, I don't know. It's just different.
But anyway, do you think men and women can be friends? If yes, tell me why. If no, tell me why.
Bye.